A little nervous?
Nervous.
So the angle suggests it's a girl, but the prominence suggests it's a boy.
Our baby is measuring bigger than most. Hi everyone, I'm 36 weeks pregnant now, and I thought it'd be fun to kind of go through the progression of the ultrasounds that we've gotten throughout this pregnancy. It's a lot more than a typical person because just a lot of different factors. My age, I think I got an extra one for my age. I got an extra one because of COVID, and it looks like I'm going to get an extra one because of the baby measuring a couple weeks bigger than typical, I guess. So I wanted to show you and kind of talk about how I felt about each one. I think in the past, or with Jackson and Vi, we really tried to keep the amount of ultrasounds down just because, I don't know, you just don't know, I guess, how an ultrasound might impact the fetus. But this time, I think because of our loss in 2019, I've been really anxious and like needing to see baby, to see that everything's okay, to see that the heart is still beating, to see that baby is growing the way that she should be. So our first ultrasound was at 6 weeks at our doctor's office. And of course, at that point, it's like a P. So we're like, ooh, we're pregnant. So that was an exciting appointment, but also a little bittersweet because of what happened last time. So we were optimistic, but still trying to be realistic about, you know, the chances of whether this was a viable pregnancy or not.
There you go. So as you can imagine, when you're still in the 6 week zone, it looks very small.
Yeah.
So it's not twins.
I don't see twins.
So then at about 11 weeks, so 5 weeks later, we went back to the doctor's office. And at this point, you're almost into or finished with your first trimester. And to see the shape of a baby was very emotional. I didn't know that my body would react in that way, but I just started kind of like sobbing, and you know, Kaimi was with me, and it was just like, it's making me emotional now, you know, just going, oh my gosh, it's actually going to happen, and we've got a baby in there. Oh my god.
Look at how cute this one is. Oh, look at that little hand waving at you.
Yay!
Good. You've been nervous this pregnancy, huh?
The next one was 2 weeks later, and this one was with the Fetal Diagnostic Institute.
So here we are. Feeling good?
Yeah,
A little nervous?
nervous.
Yeah. But positive?
Yeah, we haven't seen this doctor in 10 years.
Yeah, so there you go.
Isn't that crazy?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
And this is when they measure everything and tell you that, you know, if everything is looking good. It's also when they can tell you what gender your baby is. And it's also when you can do a test to see if there are any genetic issues. And so we went to Oahu for this, and we didn't have any risk factors. Our genetic test came back looking good. Our gender was revealed at 13 weeks, which is wild to me that you can do that early through a blood test. At this point, the baby is still small enough that you can see the whole baby. And so it's kind of a cool view of, like, you know, the head and limbs and legs, and it's starting to actually look really like a baby. So that was really exciting.
Measure the baby, then we'll look at the back of the neck, okay? All right, no twins. This is the baby's profile. We're gonna measure the back of the neck. That can be thickened in cases of Down syndrome. Okay? It's very thin. I'm gonna measure 3 times here. There's a hand right over the face. You can see that, huh?
We did that last time too.
Waving at us.
I think it's just where it's most comfortable. The back of the neck looks very good. Less
Oh,
than
great.
3. There's a jump.
Oh, honey, John.
You want to get an 80% guess for the gender, or you want to wait?
Sure.
You want an 80% guess? This one is a little bit hard to tell. So the angle suggests it's a girl, but the prominence suggests it's a boy. See how that comes out? But it's flat. These are the ones I get wrong. So
It's pretty early.
Yeah, pretty early. I'm gonna say, I think the 5th. 50.1%. I think this is gonna be a boy, but this one doesn't look, it's usually more perpendicular. Because the times I've been wrong is when it looks flat, but there's this prominence. And so I call it a girl, but then actually it's a boy. Okay, so far very good.
Yay.
Yeah, you can use this to wipe your stomach off. Okay. She's gonna go through the family history and then your options.
The next one was also with the Fetal Diagnostic Institute, but this time on Maui. And at this point, we were 20 weeks, so baby was much bigger. And I think this ultrasound was an extra ultrasound because of my age, which puts me into a higher risk category. I'm 40 years old. So this one was cool because baby definitely had grown a lot since the last time. We could no longer see the whole baby in the one image, but we got some beautiful images of baby's face, of baby's limbs, and everything again was just like all good. Then we had a 23-week appointment at my doctor's office, and we just happened to be in the ultrasound room. And so she was like, "Do you want to see baby?" And we were like, "Yes." And so we got one picture out of that one, and it was of baby's leg and foot. Always nice to just see that everything is going well in there.
Keep the heads up here. So kind of sitting on your bladder, probably.
Yeah, I do feel a lot of kicking down below, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that has sort of. Do you have any contractions yet, or?
Yeah, Braxton mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that
foot.
That's cute. You're kind of in a Frank breech position where the legs are up by the head and the butt's just down here. But you're gonna turn on us, right, little one? Yes.
Yes, of course.
One at a time. One at a time. Great.
Then we had an ultrasound at 27 weeks. This one was for fun. So these days you can, because of COVID, you can only bring in, like one person with you into the doctor's office. So it's been my husband, Kaimi, but we knew that Tutu and Grandpa were coming into town, and the kids are old enough now that this is like a pretty cool experience for them. So we decided, one of my followers owns a company called Opihi Reveal Ultrasound, where she does ultrasounds on the Big Island and on Maui. And so she offered for us to come in and see baby. And that was really, really cool.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's just the beginning. We're just getting set up to see how. Oh, I thought that was like a little. Do you see the?
Yeah, a little smirk.
Yeah.
We got some amazing 4D images of baby's face. Tutu was like, "Oh, that's a Hawaiian nose." And it was just a really special moment to share with Tutu and Grandpa and the kids. Vai was acting a little bit envious or jealous, which was interesting. We noted that, and we've been talking to her about this transition and, hoping for the best. But we also got a little stuffed animal where when you press on the heart, it's a recording of baby's heartbeat, which was pretty cool. And I don't know, it was just a great experience.
Head is down.
Head is down.
Head is down. There's a foot right
Oh, that's
there.
a foot.
Yeah, right by her hand. You see the toe?
Oh, look at that
The
big
toe.
toe. Holy smokes, that's a big toe.
See the heartbeat?
Yeah, you do see
That's
that.
the heartbeat.
There.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
And we
Boom,
can,
boom,
we
boom,
can
boom,
listen.
It's like she's
Wow.
got her hand near her mouth, like sucking her thumb on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right by the mouth. And looks like some sucking happening. Do you see that?
Oh my gosh.
so it's already got that habit.
Yeah, sucking
Oh
her.
my
Yeah, she's sucking her thumb.
Ah!
She's already got that habit.
That's amazing.
Look at the
Inside, because there's
nostrils.
all
You
kinds
can
of
see it's
fluids
so
and-
defined.
Yeah, and
Things in the
she's
way
getting
bye-bye.
she's getting scrunched in there tight.
She's total. Did you see her foot was right next to her hand?
It's a little
Yeah.
louder.
So she's
In the fetal position.
Then we had a 32-week appointment. This one was at Maui Medical Center, and this was a growth scan because I caught COVID during the second trimester of my pregnancy. And I guess studies have shown that sometimes pregnant women that have experienced COVID during their pregnancies, that their babies grow slower, they could be smaller babies. And so we went in. This was interesting because she basically had the ultrasound tech was looking at the ultrasound and I couldn't see anything, and it was a pretty long appointment. And at the very end, she kind of flipped the camera towards me and we got a couple of pictures of baby's face. But otherwise I felt like, I don't know, like I wasn't even a part of the ultrasound. And I think there are rules in place where, you know, only a doctor is allowed to give you like medical advice about your ultrasound. So she was just doing her job and like taking the measurements. And one thing of note that she said was, "Oh, are your kids tall?" We said, "Not especially." And she goes, "Oh, because the femur is very long." So maybe this baby will be taller than the rest.
So right now I'm getting 33 weeks, 6 days.
Well, we know exactly when we conceive, so
Uh-huh.
that just means that
Oh,
the baby's
yeah.
fat.
But like, I asked about how tall.
I'm worried.
She's long.
The baby's
Well,
gonna
the
be
thigh bone. The thigh bone was just measuring longer than the other measurements.
Big femur, like
that's
mommy.
Oh my gosh.
And that was the last one that we got. But the last time I went to the doctor, she said baby is measuring almost 2 weeks ahead. So we definitely don't have the problem that COVID was causing based on research of a smaller baby. Our baby is measuring bigger than most. So at the 32-week appointment, baby was already estimated at about 5 pounds. And if baby is gaining half a pound every week, I mean, we're looking at a sizable baby if I go to term. So she said at 38 weeks, if we're okay with it, that she wanted to send me back for another growth ultrasound. Obviously, if we make it to 38 weeks, just to measure and see where baby's at. And then that gives us more information about how to move forward with the birth, I suppose. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed all the going through the process with us of getting to know our baby. It's wild because this baby moves so much. So the ultrasounds have been kind of difficult actually to get pictures of her, but also because she moves so much and I feel like I play with her, you know, I know where she is. And because we did that one ultrasound for fun with a Opihi reveal, you know, I was able to say, "Oh, what part of the body is this that I'm touching right now?" And then she would put the wand over and go, "Oh, that's the baby's butt," you know, or "That's the baby's shoulder." And so I really feel like I know this baby more so than I did the other two. You know, I feel like when I play with her and I touch her, she responds to me and moves around, and that like when she's out of the womb, and I massage her, that she might feel, you know, what she felt when she was inside here. So anyway, there you have it. Kind of a long video. There were a lot of, I think, goats in the background. Don't mind that. But I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching.